Do you ever feel like you need to lose weight or perhaps sign up for a gym membership, especially after staring at yourself in the mirror? Or perhaps you have come across a magazine at the grocery store with a super fit model on the cover and you leave feeling guilty about your own state. How many of us feel that we need to improve our health as a New Year's resolution? Well, every day we are governed by health discourses in society. We are often confronted by a variety of media sources on what the ideal body looks like, which is fit, thin, and young. We want to eat that chocolate cake, but the voice inside our head shames us for even thinking about it. There is a hegemonic ideology on health and how the body should look that hovers over society. And often, the concepts of health in society is conflated with body size, attractiveness, happiness, and health. Our chosen artifact is an article by Marissa Cohen titled, "The Real Reason You Can't Lose Weight." We chose this topic because we live in a time where society is bombarded by numerous articles and information on health discourses and how to care for the body. There is a lot of emphasis on what the proper or healthy body looks like, lives like, and eats like. In contrast to this, we also live in a time with ongoing social movements, including the body positivity movement. This movement encourages people, disproportionately women, to embrace their bodies regardless of size and shape. With so much emphasis on health and the physical body, we found exploring an artifact that contributes to the modern discourse on body and health is very relevant and necessary in understanding the current cultural perspectives on health in relation to the body. In this short video, we will talk about some of the discourses and ideas produced in this artifact, utilizing framing theory as well as rhetoric to analyze the artifact. Overall, we argue that although the article does address some problematic ways in which people go about losing weight, it doesn't do enough to reverse the harmful discourse regarding weight and its relation to health, beauty, and happiness.
Okay, now we're gonna start looking at claims made versus actual data. One of the claims made is that it's not you, it's in your biology. The artifact claims this because our bodily functions are resistant to methods of weight loss, citing studies referring to leptin imbalances and changes in the resting metabolism rate. Another claim made is that studies found that most weight loss efforts are ineffective in the long term and can lead to weight cycling. Now, if we compare this to actual data, there are factors that go far beyond our body's ability to inhibit our progress. As stated in a study conducted by weight loss is associated with an internal motivation to lose weight, social support, better coping mechanisms or strategies, and the ability to handle stresses in life. It also comes down to self-efficacy and autonomy. Now, the reasons for such a separation between facts and the data may be due to the article's use of rhetorical fallacies. Now, while looking at the artifact, I had come to the understanding that there are 3 rhetorical fallacies being used in the article. The first one being sweeping generalizations. The article's title, "The Real Reason You Can't Lose Weight," implies that there is a definitive argument to be made, that being weight loss is solely inhibited by X reasons. This is done in order to captivate any potential reader to investigate such claims further, almost as though it were clickbait. Another rhetorical fallacy found was red herring. While it may be true that factors such as leptin and metabolism are factors in weight loss, it is hardly the definitive reason for being unable to maintain weight goals. This is considered a rhetorical fallacy because the argument made can be considered a distraction from the overall goal of the article. It deviates the reader's focus as it creates a valid argument and negates the possibility that the article can be claimed as false or an exaggeration. Another rhetorical fallacy found is the straw man. The article brings up the argument that stars such as Adele or Jennifer Hudson were only able to successfully lose weight through constant vigilance and refers to this course of action as obsession. This distorts the counter-argument by basing it on unhealthy notions. The reason for these rhetorical fallacies is to communicate the notion that the writer prioritizes sensationalization over contribution in the discourse surrounding weight.
Hey there guys, it's Amin with the appeals, and now we're going to be looking at the appeals of this artifact. It's a reminder that this artifact does not shame, but it reminds people that they are human beings, and that celebrities who seem to lose weight are also human beings. Prime examples of this is Adele and Jennifer Hudson, who in their time in the limelight have lost quite a bit of weight. Though with this being said, the article has a demographic geared towards female audiences. You can tell by the illustrations, and you can tell by the colors that are associated with this article. It's more of a pinky tone than standard colors of a blog post. Another thing you can notice is that they borrow a lot from PhD doctors. Though they don't really show the data, they just show a couple of quotes from the doctors to emphasize their point. An article about health should include more than just a couple of quotes and should include actual data and links back to their titled research and their own artifacts that can help people understand where the doctors are coming from. The pathos that they use is when they do their best not to lose the appeal of their audience. And their audience is people who are struggling with their weight. So they want to say, you're beautiful, you're amazing. But with that being said, there's no way to just push people more towards a set goal of weight loss. In fact, it's more keep coming back to us. We'll feed you more information kind of vibe. The appeals is like you're good the way you are. But if you're good the way you are, why are you here? It's to get healthy. You're looking for tips on how to make yourself healthy and not be just where you're at. With that also being added, there is not a lot of appeal to men who want to maintain a healthy lifestyle here. The article is definitely geared towards women. It's definitely said in a way that kind of alienates men a bit, just because there's nothing here for them. There's not even a celebrity example for them, except for a guy named Matt from college that dropped 50 pounds and kept it off for years.
In relation to Kairos, the artifact is circulated in a time where body positivity is a prominent social movement in society. It specifically targets women to appreciate their body regardless of size and shape. In addressing the social context of today's society, the artifact does a good job of relating it to broader social phenomena such as the body positivity movement. The core argument of body positivity movement is that intentional weight loss doesn't work and causes more harm than good, which aligns with the artifact's argument. Frames define problems, its causal agents, and suggest remedies for the problem. The artifact begins with the defining problem, which is weight. It is in the first sentence. At any given time, about half of Americans are trying to lose weight. And at the end of the paragraph with the biggest question of all, what am I doing wrong? Why can't I keep off weight? Here we see that weight gain is implicitly problematic. The problem is why you can't lose weight, which is very closely to fat shaming. The last paragraph of the artifact focuses on the suggested solutions to the problem. Instead of counting calories and buying pricey diets, the artifact suggests alternatives to losing weight, such as exercises that brings you joy or playing softball with your friends for movement to bolster metabolism. Ironically, the artifact is still communicating to audiences that they should still lose weight, which reinforces hegemonic ideas about health and the body. Together, the kairos and framing of the artifact promotes this illusory toxic positivity towards women. Toxic positivity is defined by medical news as an obsession with positive thinking. It is the belief that people should put a positive spin on all experiences, even those that are profoundly tragic. The artifact does a good job of toxic positivity by telling women that they should be content about their weight journey and be positive about the ways of going to lose weight. It is quoted in the article, "It's not you, it's biology." The article claims that obsessing over your weight every day and considering what you eat is not realistic or a desirable way to spend your mental energy on. Instead, the article suggests that all those things should come from a place of self-care. However, the article dismisses that many people feel more than just discontent about their weight and may be going through a more complex problem that involves much more than negative feelings. Diseases such as anorexia, bulimia, morbid obesity, anxiety, and depression are clear examples. The artifact overlooks mental health issues and other health problems that could lead to body weight problems. The article promotes this illusory positivity, because the body positivity movement itself can be toxic by suggesting that a one-size positive outlook fits all. Taken together, the artifact does not do enough to challenge the hegemonic discourse regarding weight and its relation to health and happiness.
Hello, in my segment of the video today, I'll be analyzing the rhetorical situation, invention, and style of the article. I argue that in our modern North American context, having a certain weight is conflated with our cultural understanding of what it means to be beautiful, and this article perpetuates this cultural idea that feminine is visually appealing by maintaining a certain weight. This artifact works to perpetuate the idea that beauty and weight are alike. In particular, I draw your attention to the Maybelline New York Make It Happen ad and the CoverGirl Nature Looks ad starring Taylor Swift. I use these two artifacts to analyze the rhetorical situation of our main artifact. Both ads address women. The Maybelline ad shows all kinds of women engaging in many different activities. All the women are thin, and each woman is paired with the words such as confident, strong, go-getter. These phrases are all paired with women who look flawless. Their faces and their bodies are perfect. The ad particularly mentions if you are ever in doubt to women who might feel not so confident, put on your strong face. But the strong face is hidden behind layers of makeup. The second ad by CoverGirl addresses young women as the new generation of beauty, relying on products that won't let them down. This is significant because it produces a cultural understanding of womanhood or what it means to be a woman. All types of women engaging in diverse activities are unified by one commonality, which is how pretty and thin they are. This cultural understanding of womanhood that's created is hegemonic femininity. I also highlight the rhetorical invention of the article. The article gives positive messages to its audience, telling people who want to lose weight how to avoid being guilty, avoid calorie counting, and not to stress over the process of losing weight. Although this may seem like a step away from typical cultural messages toward women regarding weight, I argue that there is a more latent reinforcement of hegemonic ideas through the use of rhetorical invention. The first half of the article tells women that the issue regarding their weight and their dieting isn't because of themselves, but inevitable due to biology. The article concludes with telling women to stay away from calorie counting. However, in the middle, Cohen draws on celebrities who were successful in losing body weight, and then states that it is possible, but only for those seriously dedicated. The article's rhetorical invention, which is the choice to include the weight success of celebrities, tells audience and readers that losing weight is still possible, and in the context of hegemonic femininity, where women are culturally expected to be beautiful and lose weight, the article reinforces these hegemonic feminine ideas. So, by means of inclusion of these female celebrities, even though the article tells women not to calorie count and avoid being guilty, it doesn't do enough to tell women that their body weight isn't the most important thing about themselves, which is the cause of their guilt and unhealthy dieting in the first place. I also analyzed the rhetorical style of the images included in the article. There are two images that depict the female body, but I focus majority of my analysis on the first one. The first image is of a pink solid background, pink being a culturally feminine color contrasted with white outline of a female nude figure. The contrast draws all the gaze's attention to the female figure. What is significant in this image is that her body is curvy, but her waist is confined within the measuring tape. Once again, although the article tells us that women shouldn't feel guilty or bad about losing weight, the image depicts the confidence of the figure, showing off a body that still conforms to a measurement. A woman is confident, in other words, when her waist size is maintained within the culturally acceptable boundary that's delineated by a cultural measuring tape of what is considered skinny. The second image works quite the same way, contrasting a female body, highlighting the figure. This renders the topic of the female body as a culturally visible one where women are expected to maintain their weight in the gaze of the cultural observer.
With audience framing, the demographic of this article was targeted for females. This can be considered a biased media, as males are often affected by weight gain too. It isn't just females that can gain weight like this. This creates a negative frame, as individuals might read this and consider that they cannot lose weight because it's just their body type. I mean, everyone does have a different body type, but everyone also has the ability to lose weight if they need to. Another negative frame is created by the notion of a happy weight. With the happy weight, it makes people feel like being a little heavier is their happy weight, so they might not have the urge to lose weight if they need to. Audiences might take this notion of, they're at their happy weight by binging eating, which isn't reasonable, as there's consequences of it, right? With not eating what you're supposed to be, everyone needs a perfect diet. It needs to work on a diet, as eating potato chips every day is not going to make you skinny. Eating kale every day still won't make you skinny, but it's a better option than eating just potato chips. Positive frames also are produced by this article, as it does talk about the need to eat healthy and maintain a good diet, as a good diet can be considered crucial to weight loss, as you need to eat good foods. Like, again, you don't eat all junk foods if you want to lose weight. Seeing commercials or advertising for weight loss regimes can also have both a positive or negative effect on the starting a weight loss journey. This could be, for positive, you can see these ads on television and you want to watch them. You want to do what they're doing because you can see that they're losing weight themselves. But it can also have a negative effect on you, because you could see these people on TV and they look a lot better, they're losing weight, you've tried what they're doing and it doesn't work, which this can cause a negative frame on weight loss as well. And then weight loss also needs exercise to happen correctly, as it is an 80-20 split. Thus, the article stating that you don't need willpower is a false frame. This willpower is a big thing, as working out is a big factor of having to lose weight, as that's the 20% where you need to go and exercise. Exercise will help you tone into bodies and whatnot, while as the diet part is the 80%, as you need to have a good diet in order to create this weight loss as well.
In conclusion, we found the article produces problematic discourse regarding weight and its relationship to beauty, health, and happiness. This article exists in a mesh of other cultural information produced regarding the health and body. And as mentioned by myself and Rupa, the kairos and rhetorical situation makes this article not only relevant, but also influences the latent messages produced by the article. Our analysis made clear that Cohen utilizes fallacies, as mentioned by Liban, to grab the reader's attention in order to sensationalize the article instead of creating meaningful discourse regarding health and nutrition. Furthermore, Amin argues the article doesn't do enough to tie the issue of weight to its actual impact on human health. Instead, the article disseminates what's known as toxic positivity, as discussed by Rupa, trivializing issues people may actually be experiencing in regards to their weight and weight loss challenges. This works to gaslight audience who are struggling with their weight already into believing that toxic positive narrative that the issue of losing weight is simply a matter of biology, among other factors, and something people shouldn't stress too much about. Nelson also mentions how the article omits the topic of proper workout routines that do impact weight loss, and the matter is beyond simple dieting, which the article doesn't accurately address. The emphasis on the physical body and feminization of the artifact, targeting primarily a female audience, creates knowledge and discourse that weight loss is primarily an issue women are concerned with. Although not explicitly stated in the article, omitting important health facts such as how exercise plays into healthy weight loss, and sensationalizing language all distracts attention from what the heart of the matter should be, how weight impacts health, and instead perpetuates toxic positive messages on weight as well as latent hegemonic feminine ideology. For these reasons, the article is problematic in producing discourse on the matter of weight and its relationship to health by rendering the primary goal of weight loss and body positivity as a gender construct, where women are expected to perform and engage in matters of maintaining a certain weight. Ultimately, the article renders the subject matter of weight as a defining characteristic of feminine beauty, as discussed regarding the rhetorical style of images used in the article. This contributes to the cultural understanding of weight loss as a trivial female issue, as well as misleading audience regarding proper weight loss techniques, and solidifying hegemonic femininity, defining the female role as conforming to the cultural beauty standard. This is our presentation regarding Melissa Cohen's article titled "The Real Reason You Can't Lose Weight." We hope you enjoyed it, and thanks so much for watching.